Well, proceedings did have to stop briefly when emotions ran hot and a man took a run at the shooter. There it is. This was while a family member of a victim was speaking. Now, he was restrained by guards and led out of the courtroom. The now convicted gunman was also briefly let out of the courtroom until things calmed down and resumed. District Attorney John Flynn tells us the man who made that lunge toward him, he will not be charged.
2 on your sides, Ron Plants joins us now. He is live outside the courthouse.
Ron, that was yet another reminder of how emotional a case this has been from the moment it happened to today's sentencing.
Yeah, definitely, Mary Alice. Again, we heard those comments from the families, and Police Commissioner Garmalia reminding us today that the entire community was affected by this incident. Now, prosecutors say that this case deserves swift justice, and they said they got it today with this formal sentencing. As a sometimes tearful Peyton Gendron listened to the family impact statements, he also knew what is in store for him. And while the victims' families may have been mixed about actually hearing from him, the defendant did speak at length in court for the first time.
I'm very sorry for all the pain I forced the victims and their families to suffer through. I'm very sorry for stealing the lives of your loved ones. I cannot express how much I regret all the decisions I made leading up to my actions on May 14th.
After his guilty plea in late November, it was time for Judge Susan Egan to formally hand down the sentence of life in prison without parole for charges including a domestic terrorism hate crime, as well as 10 counts of murder and 3 counts of attempted murder.
And the people you have hurt are too valuable to this community. You will never see the light of day as a free man ever again.
District Attorney John Flynn says Gendron's conviction was the first ever for that New York State domestic terrorism statute, which also included a review of his online racial hatred manifesto and social media influences. But otherwise...
And we had a motive here all along. We had live stream witness testimony. We had the ballistics. We had the weapon. We had pretty much a slam dunk case.
In court today, he expressed remorse for the terrible racist crimes he committed, and he apologized to those he hurt so much. He also urged others who have been similarly poisoned by hate not to follow in his footsteps.
My colleague Claudine Ewing also asked the district attorney if anyone else could have been involved in this case. He said no, but remember, there could be a federal investigation continuing. We will point out that Gendron's parents have never been to any of these proceedings. Now, Gendron still faces again that federal trial, which includes the hate charge, and there is the possibility of the death penalty with that. In fact, he has been turned over to the feds now in their custody, and there will be actually a status conference coming up in federal court tomorrow morning between federal public defenders and prosecutors. We will be covering that. We'll have to see what happens there as well. Reporting live from the Erie County Courthouse, I'm Ron Plants, Channel 2 News. Back to you.